So this is the rejection letter email that I got at 6 this morning. Hey, Beck.
Welcome back to the Indie Spunk Unfiltered podcast with Beck Benyon.
Hello. And?
Introduce me.
And my dearest friend, the beautiful, the enigmatic,
A puzzle to be unsolved forever.
the wonderful
Izzy Stevens. After a roaring start.
Oh, yes.
Roaring start.
Welcome back.
Talking about rejection.
Yes. Fresh off.
The perfect...
Fresh off a rejection just this morning.
So many rejections
many
received.
rejections.
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? Where it's like, you have to expect to be rejected when you put yourself out there that much.
Right,
Were we saying that? Did I say that on the podcast last week?
No, we I think it
We
was
talked about that.
our meeting on Friday.
Oh,
we were talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's, to be expected. Yeah, if you don't want to get rejected.
Case closed.
And that's the episode,
That's the episode
everybody.
today.
Thank you for
Thanks
joining
so
us.
much for tuning in. You will be rejected. Bye.
You will be rejected. Just keep going.
Them's the facts of life.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the thing that like the casting directors always say? They're like, actors only get 1 in 100 for every self-tape or audition that they,
Yeah.
it's just part of the biz. I feel like I heard Bryce Dallas Howard say that one time. Like she took that advice to heart right away, and she was tallying her, and literally the 100th audition, she got booked. And she's a Nepo baby.
That's wild.
Yeah. So.
That's wild that she did that.
I know.
I was listening to another, I guess we could do a shout out on this. I haven't listened to the podcast, but I'm a big Tell Me Lies fan. And Natalie.
Yes, I follow her.
I was kicking myself as well because last week we talked about it. We said a couple things that I found out were factually incorrect. And I was like, I really have to fact check myself before I just open my mouth, because I was talking about Ava Victor last week.
Yes.
Whose name is actually Eva. And I don't know if she pronounces it that way, but they're also non-binary. She, they.
Oh, okay. Good
pronounce.
to know.
First non-binary person to be nominated for a Golden Globe, which is very exciting.
Amazing. Way to go,
as
Eva.
best director. Again, now I'm saying things and I'm like, I need to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure that's true. People look it up, let me know.
Yeah.
But I said that they were doing comedy videos, and Barry Jenkins reached out. They had done a web series, in fact, that was apparently very good.
Okay.
Haven't seen it, but just wanted to.
Okay, thank you for the fact check.
I like to be clear, and I don't want to just say a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
What were we just talking about? Oh, Natalie from Tell Me Lies, who has a podcast for actors. She said the same thing. She said she booked 1 in 100.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's some magic to that.
Yeah,
that
something to it.
Can't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same. I think with making a film and going out to investors and pitching yourself.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Just line them up.
Just line.
No.
Right.
Go.
Like, you just get all of the no's out. Right? Like, who's gonna be lucky number 100? I really.
You
want
have
that.
to have a good attitude about it too, because it's just a fact of life and a fact of this career for sure. And we know that we've been we started out as actors.
Yeah, I mean, we've been rejected our whole lives from a wee little lady. Like I was like auditioning for like dance troupes and stuff, and I was just a little babe. Even those were the times I feel like where they gave a part to everybody. So I think I did get the part.
Yes. What was great question that I'm going to ask you, because I want you to ask me as well.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the most embarrassing parts that you were cast in? Do you remember?
This is a good question. Ooh, there are no small parts, Izzy.
I agree.
Embarrassing? I don't know if there was an embarrassing one, because I feel like any part that I got, I was just happy to have it, and I was just like so excited to be on stage that I didn't feel embarrassed in the moment.
So humble.
I think maybe looking back, I played actually, this is an embarrassing story. So it was my junior year in high school. We were doing the show Pippin, which I love that musical. And it's, if you know the show, it's like a very acrobatic, a very like dance forward show. And I auditioned, and I'm not like a super strong singer. I'm like a very much like ensemble singer in a musical. You know, like I can really hold my ground back there.
Like a good solid core.
Yeah, exactly. So
rounding
like I knew,
out that sound.
Yeah, I knew in the audition process that I wasn't going to get a speaking role in a musical. Like that it just was not for me. But you know, I was like, I had been in the musicals every single year, like part of the drama club. Like, you know, there was a whole thing around it. The paper gets posted. This was the days of like, you know, they write the names with the days,
cast and you're like camping out in front of the billboard pinboard.
Yeah, to try and it's like 2 p.m. It's gonna be posted. Yeah. Like who's who?
It's like 2:03. Where are they?
Right. And it was just like one of those where like everybody expected. I expected me. My friends expected me to be in the show. Like I was a staple of the theater department in my high school.
I'm nervous. I'm scared.
What happened? You didn't get in? Most likely to be on Broadway. And
how could they not put you on stage?
They didn't cast me.
I'm so sorry.
I know. So the most embarrassing was being not cast. Well, so wait. I was distraught. You know, it was lunch period afterwards.
You were like, I'm putting my foot down.
I went to lunch. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was crying, talking to my friends. They're all like, you should have been like, I can't believe Ellen, like, we didn't call her Ellen. We call her Mrs. Boyer. We can't believe Mrs. Boyer. How could you do that? How could you do that? How could you do that to you? She knows you're so dedicated.
It was a mistake.
So I went to her.
Sorry, I was like, I'm like on the edge of my seat. Tell me what happened.
I went to her and I said, what happened? What's the deal? And at that point, sorry, this is a long story.
I'm so invested. Yeah. Please.
So at that point, I was also doing competitive acting, essentially. It's called forensics.
Isn't it always? Competitive acting forensics? What are you? What?
So it's called
America's
forensics.
Strange.
It's called the National Forensic League. There was also the Catholic Forensics League that I was also in. We would travel around the New England area, Northeast, to like Yale and high schools and like these prep schools and go perform.
So they didn't think that you had the capacity.
Well, yes. So she was like, this is your year to focus on that. Like, I want you to be doing that. Not this, not the musical. And I was like, how dare you think I can't do both? How dare you? And so I basically like pitched to her. I was like, you know, I'm going to rehearse for forensics on this day, and this day. I can still do ensemble. Like, this is my junior year. What are you doing to me? Not putting me in the show. All my friends are in the show. And so finally she gave me a role. And if you've ever seen Pippin, there's a speaking role that comes out twice. Once in the middle, right before intermission, and at the end. And she comes out, and she's like in this like fabulous leotard, and she's like the fire girl. And I think in the show she's like a true acrobat on the Broadway show. Oh yeah. But I'm in this leotard, you know, like I'm looking fabulous. It's blue, it has gold ruffles on it. I'm holding a torch. And I come out before intermission and I say, "Is it time yet?" to the MC. And he's like, no, go away. And I run off. And then at the very end, I come out and I'm like, is it time yet? He's like, yes. And it's like this big musical number at the end, and it gets kicked off, and I'm like dancing. And so I ended up being in the show, and I had a speaking role. And She's
like, we'll give you 2 lines. Right. You want to be in the show? Okay.
And I ended up being like in all of the chorus lines and all of like the back, like
that's
ensemble.
Amazing. Good vouching for yourself.
Yeah, I was like, no, I can do both.
Yeah.
So that's my most embarrassing, like junior year not getting cast in the, like I was literally a staple in the theater world.
I love that story is actually you going, you're not rejecting me. I'm going to vouch for myself.
Exactly. I'm obsessed.
I love that
story.
So much.
Thank you for listening. What's your most embarrassing?
Okay, so I was a ballerina when I was a kid and into early high school. But this was about, I feel like I must have been maybe 8, 7-ish. And we were doing Dance of the Animals, I think, which is my ballet memory is finite, but basically every animal gets some kind of representation in this.
Amazing.
But who you really want to be is like the swan. You want to be the white swan or the black swan.
Of course.
And I have to preface this because it's not really, it's not that bad, but
at the time for you, it was.
Actually, I think only after did I realize that I should be embarrassed by it. Because I was like you, I was like, cool, yeah, like, anything's fine. And then later I was like,
yeah.
So this was a Royal Ballet school in Sydney, and we had all different ages at that school, and this was a number that all different ages would be a part of. So there were classically trained point ballerinas doing the swan. So I was like, obviously not going to be cast as that, even though I was like, please. I don't think they would have done that, but they could have been nicer than to give me the rhinoceros.
Oh, little Izzy and a little rhinoceros.
And I was really, like, I had like a chubby little rotund belly, and they had me in this really sad gray, like onesie suit thing. And I was like, had to like it wasn't really ballet.
Was not very,
wasn't graceful.
Yeah,
it wasn't like,
right.
Here she comes. Yeah, I was like, the rhinoceros is coming.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
Do you have a picture?
This is probably somewhere. My mum probably does.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should try and post that. Because
there's some crazy. I showed some old ballet recital pictures because we would do a big one. We would like perform sometimes at the opera house, and they would do so much makeup on us. And I was like, David, aren't I cute? And he's like, what happened to your face?
What did they do to that child?
What did they do to that child? Exactly. Because it's like really intense with like fake eyelashes and like bright pink and everything. And hair
the blush.
So,
because
they want, you got to see it from the audience.
Of course, yeah.
So,
of course.
Good times. Great classic hits. How are you this week?
You know, we are talking about rejection today. And I have a fresh rejection.
Really, like 6 a.m. today, fresh.
6 a.m. fresh. But you know, I'm feeling okay. I think
it was a really good rejection.
It was a really good rejection.
For the story. Good for the plot.
Yeah, good for the plot. And honestly, like, I haven't auditioned for a theater production in over 10 years. So I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to not only audition, but get a call back and be able to kind of improv with other actors, be on the stage. You know, it's all for, I don't know, it's all for growth, I guess.
1000%. And also the producer loves you.
Yes, he's a lovely man.
Everything, I think, always leads to something. But you yourself were saying that it wasn't a fit for you as well.
I think I knew as soon as I saw everyone who got called back into the theater last night, I looked around and I was like, I'm not
right for this.
I'm not right for this. I'm not who they're looking for. No. If there had been other people that
could have been paired with you.
Right.
It was a chemistry thing.
It was a total chemistry thing. I think like a tone of the show. I knew when I got home. Even John asked me when I got home. He's like, "Oh, how'd it go?" And I was like, "It was fine.
Yeah,
like I had fun." I kind of had that feeling, and so I think I didn't get a great night's sleep last night because I kind of knew the rejection was coming.
I mean, at least it came at 6 a.m.
I know.
And that you didn't have to keep thinking about it.
It was really quick.
I know we don't have it in front of you, but this email was so complimentary in so many ways. Yeah, do you want to read it?
I just have to read this.
I know.
And this is like
Beck read it to me earlier and I was like, you have got to read that. Would you be open to reading that on the podcast? Because literally the topic today is we're getting all into rejection, questions around rejection, how to handle it, you know, how do you deal with it?
Yeah. And we're getting really vulnerable. So this is the rejection letter email that I got at 6 this morning. And like, no shade. His intentions were so pure.
Of course.
It's just, okay, let's read it. Hey, Beck. Sorry to let you know that you didn't get cast in the show, but I wanted to say that you really crushed it last night. You just came up a little short. You're such a good actress and incredibly likable. I hope you had fun with the process. The team really loved your work. Thank you.
It's very confusing.
It is.
I actually find that quite a confusing rejection because you crushed it, but then you came up short. But then everyone loved you.
Right. I came up a little short. I just feel like
he meant you came up short in like chemistry with the other potential actors that you would be, I don't know.
Just came up short.
And
sometimes
like
that happens.
stature-wise, is it the fact that you're only 5'4"?
Right. The other actresses were taller. I'm 5'3".
I always think you're taller than me, so I always give you another, what is that, an inch?
Yeah. But we're the same height.
We're both the same height.
Yeah.
I always think you're taller. Maybe it's just because I look up to you.
I'm older, so by like 3 months.
Okay. Makes sense.
I think it wasn't a right fit. And I think, honestly, if they would have cast me, it would have been bad casting. Like, truly.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it
would have... It's not it.
It would have... And I think the women that they cast in the other... Because it's a 4-person ensemble. The women that they cast in the other... Like, I think we were very similar in energy. And it just would have been too much.
Yes. See, and it's always helpful to come from director-producer space. Because you're like, this is not about me.
Yeah. No, not at all. Yeah. And they were so nice. They were really sweet. I mean, when we all got in there, it was, you know, the director was like, you all, you know, could do these parts. It's just a matter of, like, who can fit with who.
Exactly.
And, like, seeing it from the other side, that is truly what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle that you're trying to put together.
100%.
There have been casting tapes that I've seen that I'm like, oh, I love this person, but we've already cast this other person, and it's just, they're not going to work. Yeah. So, rejection.
Good on you, mate.
And you know, this is still fresh, so, you know, I, like, keep bringing it up to you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I love it.
But there's moments that I'm like, oh, well, I wouldn't be able to do this if I was doing the show. Like, my attention would be taken elsewhere. And, you know, in doing the show and wanting to do the show or auditioning for the show, it was like, okay, I'm going to get visibility for this. I'm going to be talking to so many people. I can talk about the film.
Yeah.
I can, you know, do all that. But on the flip side, on the maybe more negative side, it's like, oh, well, that's like hours of my life that are taken away.
100%.
So,
yeah, that's it. I mean,
yeah, that's all we can ask
it's
for.
always culminating in some way.
Yeah.
Things work behind the scenes in mysterious ways.
Totally. Tell me about your latest rejection story.
Okay, so I guess it was last week. We had an email come through from
last week.
Yeah. Emotional roller coaster. Last week was an emotional roller coaster, to be completely honest.
We were both on our periods.
It was highs
tough.
And lows, man. Highs and lows.
Real
we
tough.
had a day where we had an email come through from a company that we were considering working with on our feature that was so warm and lovely, and like this real we will work together, you know, feeling to it, but that they couldn't come on at this point of the process of the project. And I reread it today because I responded to it, and I was like, this is the nicest.
It's so nice.
This is not a reject. This is like a lovely email, but both of us just were so sad.
Yeah,
and we were just
texting each other,
hormonal.
Crying right now.
I'm crying right now. How about you? Yeah, I'm crying. But I love, if that had come on any other day, we would not have had that experience because we're so used to this.
No, true.
On
we would
any
have
other
been
day,
like,
it's like,
oh,
we're
great.
bulletproof. But on that day, I think we were both just like, oh. And also it's really important to feel your feelings.
Yes.
And then we went and had a meeting with an exec producer of ours, and that put us in a much better mood. I think I scared him a little bit. He was like, how are you guys? I was like, well, I'm filled with rage. And he was like,
that's it.
Oh.
It's definitely on eggshells for a bit. But it's good. Keep them on our toes.
That's what I'm saying. Keep them on their toes. When I like to say rage, because the thing is that it wasn't sadness.
No.
Because sadness to me is defeat.
Yes.
And sadness to me is I'm a victim. It was rage because that is the best word I can describe the feeling of forward momentum with like fuck it energy.
Right.
It's like,
it's
right,
like the
let's
fuel
go.
is added.
Yes, exactly.
The lighter fluid is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the truth is that it would have been incredible if that worked out, sure. But I actually knew, and I think both of us did, in my gut, I didn't think it was a fit for this exact moment in the project as well, because I do want to do this our way, and I want to attach a company like that later down the line. Like when we're shooting or right before the shoot, like bring them on then or bring them on in post. Because we have such a unique vision with this.
Yeah.
So really just coming back to that purpose of like the independence of this project is really important. And then the next day after that email, we had another meeting, which was like night and day.
So lovely.
It was...
the sun was shining literally and
figuratively. And I have... So... I have video footage of me like I was crying and then I was like, I think this is really important that I remember this moment. So I have this like video of me being like, I'm recording this for me in the future. Yeah. You got this.
I have a few videos like that.
Yeah. And then the next day I was like, I should record a reaction to that. It's like, it's less than 24 hours later and baby, we're back. We're back, baby. We had this great meeting with a collaborator of ours who is supporting us in the film as well. And a lot of really great moves happening. I know we can't, it's so annoying that we can't be super specific right now. If you're in any of our coaching spaces, we're very specific, but we can't talk about too many specific things here in terms of like funding and investing legally, but we will continue to share as much as we can. And then we will, when all is said and done, we will be being very detailed about exactly what happened and what we're talking about in these moments, because it's so helpful to know that the process of making a film is never linear.
No.
You will constantly be redirected. Something might feel like exactly a go and it's going, and then suddenly it doesn't happen at all. Just so many things like that have already happened with us. And, you know, we just keep moving. And the film's getting shot in October.
Right.
So.
It's getting made. And I think that all of the rejection truly sets you up to appreciate. No, this sounds like so cheesy and like something that people say, but it does set you up to appreciate those other positive moments. And I think like with every rejection that we've gotten, we've either pivoted or we've learned from it or we've, you know, grown stronger from it. And looking back, the rejections, and I like kind of want to put air quotes around them, is because nothing was like a hard no. You know, like it's always like,
oh, absolutely.
Like we'll circle back, or this is a great connection that we've made, but it's just not the right fit, or you know, like I can't think of one that was like stopped us dead in our tracks.
No,
you know,
never.
No.
And I'm a perpetual long gamer.
Oh, 100%.
Which is working out so well for us with some of these people that we're having meetings with now, because it's like a seed I planted 6 years ago. That that's come, you know, it's like, play the long game, guys. I'm going to give a piece of advice before we get into questions.
Yes.
Reply to your rejections.
Yes.
Reply to your rejections. That's a simple way to play the long game. When someone sends you an email that's like, hey, it's not a fit, hit reply and reply to that email. Keep the dialogue open. I made that mistake for too many years of my life, being like, oh no, they must not like me. They must think blah, 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 blah. And you've just got to play the long game, baby, because life is actually quite short, and you keep enough touch points with people, keep that organic build, keep it moving, hit reply. Should we get into questions?
Yes, we should. Yep. Okay,
do you want to go first?
Yeah, let's do
okay.
Thank you for sending in these questions, by the way. We really appreciate them.
Yes.
The more specific, the better. The more context you can give. If you've been listening to our previous episodes, you know that sometimes we try to guess the context, and we don't know.
I know. Right. When I was editing the podcast this week, I was like, this is hilarious. What this ping pong match of being like, was it a wedding? Was it a birthday? What do you think it was? A barbecue?
We become detectives.
Yes, and we will detectify.
Yeah, so if you have any little details like that, please put it in.
Help us.
But number one, then this is just what we've been talking about. So perfect. I've gotten multiple, we loved it, but it's not right for us, responses on my script and deck. At what point do I pivot the project or change the materials versus keep putting it out there and waiting for the right, in quotes, right people?
Ooh, great question.
I would say... Or do you have something?
I mean, I just want more information.
I know this is a very...
Because it's really hard to tell you if it's the pitch. It could be the pitch. It could be the script. It could be the way you're asking sometimes.
I think for you, with the context that we have, you have to become a scientist about this. Like, look at the data. Try to think back on the conversations you've had. Are they truly saying we loved it, but it's not right for us? Like, is that all the information they're giving? Or are they saying other things? Like, are they saying, you know, I'm already working on this other project that's really similar to yours, so I can't invest right now, or I can't work with you on this? Is it, I don't have time at the moment? With those facts and figures in one place, like really dump them into like a spreadsheet or your notes app or something, look at them all together and see if there are any patterns. And if people are saying like, you know, it's not really landing for me, or the, you know, I had questions about the pitch, or I had questions about that, like the deck's not really as cohesive as I would like to see. If they're saying that stuff, then like, yeah, update your materials, try to make them better, try to improve upon them. But I'm assuming that it's probably other content or other reasons why these people may not necessarily be the right people. And I would say, yeah, you have to keep going. I mean, there's so many times where it's like, oh, we've been doing this forever. And then it's like, oh, well, we've been doing it for a year and a half.
Absolutely. You know? It's actually not that long. But with this, we got this response twice last year. Mm-hmm. And it was before the rewrites.
Yes.
Don't have an ego about it. Right. Easier said than done, because it's your baby and you've written it and you put your heart and soul into it. It's so hard to tell without looking at the materials, because I could click right into the deck and be like, oh yeah, I can exactly see immediately what the problem is. Mm-hmm. It's what we do for a living, right? Yeah. Like, we're constantly helping filmmakers pitch better. And a lot of the time, the deck and the script, they really need to correlate closely. The deck really needs to be a visual, experiential representation of what's in the script. So if they have any misalignment, or even if you've used images that aren't feeling cinematic and connected, if maybe you know, like, who's to say what the problem is? It could be that you've gone with, what is it when it's in the common pictures that are not from films, but they're like stock images. Thank you. Stock footage. Like, maybe, you know, you're using stock footage, which doesn't look very cinematic and professional, and you need to have a look at Shot Deck or Film Grab and just pick some other references. There's so many reasons that someone will say no, but it's never a reason that you shouldn't make it. It might be a reason that you need to reformat some stuff. Maybe the script isn't reading as professional. Maybe you need to get a consultant or a coach. Hi, hello, that's all we do. To really figure out the best way to position it. It's really hard to say. As you were saying, like, you have to be a detective about it. Don't approach this with ego, with like, maybe it's not worth it. Think your genius comes through the tiny refinements over time. That's how your genius is extracted. So last year we were pitching a film that wasn't where it is now, for sure, but we got such great feedback, helpful feedback, not specific feedback, not like we didn't like it, right? Not we didn't like it because of this reason, this reason, this reason. We got one rejection that we got last year was, we are looking for more grounded horror. Keep us in touch with future projects, when they read the script. And so my response was like, oh, interesting. I thought this project was grounded. Let me go through the script and really see it through some different eyes, and see how I could make clearer the vision I have with this, because, and then I read it through and I was like, yeah, this is very kind of, it's very psychological and it's all in her head. And so how do we actually land and ground some of these elements? And through a bunch of different feedback that we got, we did a great rewrite. And like, the feedback now on the script is so incredible, and people are really responding to it. So let yourself iterate. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and decide that, which is such a funny saying, because I always visualize the baby flying. I'm like, oh God, the baby, the baby. So really remember that you get to iterate. Don't come from ego. Let your genius evolve through that iterative process, and really look at the script and deck correlation and make sure that they are highlighting the things that are unique and about you and the voice and your project and everything, and also that make sure that they connect well, because they have to be representations of each other.
100% has to be like you're stepping into the world of the film.
Doesn't mean that you shouldn't make it. It just means that maybe you need to, you know, shift your positioning. And
I think you will notice patterns if you really do a retrospective of these,
because it sounds like they've been hearing it multiple times. So how are they saying that? And if you feel comfortable, ask. Ask, you know, it might not be everyone that you've reached out to that has sent you that response, but maybe there's one or two people that you could be like, hey, thank you so much for this insight. Can I understand better when you say it's not right for us? Can I understand better so that I can improve my process? And take everything they say with a grain of salt. Everyone comes from a different perspective.
They also might not answer.
They might not answer.
And that's okay.
Also, don't ask if you will certainly get shut down. We literally had someone read the script last year before the new one, and we were like, so who do you think we should talk to? Like, thinking they were going to hook us up with a connection, and they were like, a writer. They told us to hire a writer. I was like, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And then we hired
the same writer that originally wrote the script. So you just never know how people are going to respond, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. It's all good.
I'm a director with about 5 years of experience working on 4 short films and a web series. I was in consideration to direct a script by a writer-producer who I know from an accountability group. I thought we had a great rapport, but I lost the job to someone else who turns out has only directed 1 music video, but who is very present and vocal on social media. I, on the other hand, can't stand social media. I don't want to rely on it to get work. How do I make sure I don't get passed over for projects in the future, even if I'm not putting myself out there like that all the time?
That's so tough.
Good question.
Great question.
Really good question.
Social media. Yeah, this is the tough thing about being in a pretty superficial business sometimes, is that people do look at socials and look at your visibility, and there's a lot of judgment that comes from that scroll. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well, of not knowing someone and looking them on Instagram or wherever and being like, oh, I don't know. And then they're a totally lovely and competent person. So yeah, I think what you have to remember is that it is superficial, and this is not a personal attack to you or a personal rejection to you. Did they say who's hiring?
Yeah, it was a writer-producer they're in an accountability group with.
Okay, and they were the ones doing the hiring. Yeah, I mean, if it truly came down to this person looked better on social media, you could put some work into your social media account. I'm not saying you have to, but it is a big part of our business now. We work really hard on our social media presence to make sure that it not only looks good, but is authentic to us. So when people do see our feeds and inevitably look at who we are online, they kind of get a good full picture of that. So yeah, I mean, I know it's really, I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram and social media, but unfortunately, I think that's part of the business that we're in, and we just got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I support a lot of filmmakers that have this feeling initially in their life, and pride myself very much on changing people's relationships with visibility, because my relationship with visibility had to drastically change. I was very exactly like this. Like, I don't want to share about myself. I feel weird. I feel like I have to be so polished. So the thing is, like, being a director, you're running your own business. Being a filmmaker, being someone in the arts, being in the entertainment industry, being an actor, like, you are your business, and you have to represent yourself somehow in some way. You can continue with what you're doing, right? Which is, obviously you've worked like 5 years of experience. They've 4 shorts and a web series. So you've done a lot in a short space of time. You can continue that way if you want to. But the thing is that the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? Like, putting yourself out there. This is happening for me right now when I'm looking at, I'm thinking about casting for James on Rage, and I'm thinking about people I'm seeing. I'm the people that I'm seeing share work, share, perspectives, share who they are. I know it sucks, like, can't stand social media, because, like, as a coach, I'm thinking, okay, there's some mindset stuff happening here, and then there's some strategy stuff that you could actually make it quite simple, right? The fact that you've got 4 shorts and a web series is like, how hard is it to just share a poster from those projects and talk about you making it? And just being a little bit more like, once a week I'll share something, or once every 2 weeks. Like, it doesn't even have to be that much, but just to build some kind of a presence. But I don't want to solve the wrong problem. The problem is not that you're not on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the problem here. The problem is that you are making their decision to hire someone else about you and about you not being on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that story is not helpful to you.
Mm-hmm.
They might have not have been necessarily hired because they were on social media. They might have been hired because they had a really specific vision that they shared with the writer-producer, and the writer-producer went, that's exactly what I want to do with this, and I really trust you with this vision. I just wouldn't take it to heart. This happens all the time. I mean, people get hired for all sorts of various reasons that aren't necessarily about being visible or not. I would recommend that you really think about and work on your relationship with visibility.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be the most visible person in the room, but to have some kind of a landing space for people to get a feel for you is really important, and it doesn't take much.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's, a different platform or a different way of sharing yourself, finding a way to actually just exist and share a vision of yours and who you are online is really, really helpful. But it doesn't have to be the way that you live your life. And I know many directors who are not on social media and who continue to work. So continue to, regardless of socials, hone your voice in the way that you do things, because I guarantee it, people, writers, producers who are looking to hire, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for an authentic voice, and social media is a great way to work through that and curate that, but it's not the only way. You can actually do that yourself, and you can do that when you talk about your vision with people and talk about the projects that you want to be working on. So just remember that it's not necessarily that they were more visible than you. You don't have to be the most visible person, but you can really make an impact by honing your voice and the reason that you want to make things, the way that you approach projects. That really is such a selling point. And I would always 10 out of 10 go for that person that's like, hey, I might not be really visible here, but let me tell you about my vision and the way that I work and the way that I would like to work on this project. And I think that's, knowing how to pitch yourself regardless of where, socials or not, it's about having those skills that are more important.
Yeah, those are the things that make you undeniable. The social media following or the social media feed or whatever it is, that's deniable.
That's deniable. All right, next question.
Okay, my agent/manager, same person, I guess.
Rep.
My rep passed on submitting me for something I really wanted to go out for. They said they just thought it wasn't right for me, but with the industry where it is right now, I feel like I need every opportunity to put myself out there that I can get. How do I handle that rejection and disappointment from inside my own team without damaging the relationship?
Oh, baby.
Spicy today.
Yeah, very spicy. So your manager is dealing with it from all angles. I always want actors to know, your manager is not the person that's going to decide whether or not you get the job. And very likely they're dealing with a boss that's saying, you can only put 3 people forward for this. They want to put their best shot forward. Again, it's not about you. If you don't have the credits for them to be able to back you in that situation, say it's this series regular role, I don't know what it is, but say it's a series regular role and they can put 3 people forward. I mean, I'm an agent or manager. I'm putting forward the 3 people that are likely to get seen and be credible for the project that have those credits.
Yeah.
That's tough for actors who are like, hey, what do I do? How do I get seen for these things? What do you do? How do you get seen? Make your own work and build your own connections, and don't rely on your manager to get you those things.
Right. Yeah, I think that often we fall into these holes as actors of, wanting to do everything, especially when we're early on in our careers. We're like, we can do anything. I can be molded. I can be a chameleon. I can go into all of these spaces and make it work and be fine. And you always think that you're going to be the one to change the casting director's mind about who they're looking for.
Right.
And does that happen? Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, your managers and your reps are really, they're trying. I mean,
limited.
They're so limited, and they, like you said, have bosses. They also probably know the casting directors pretty well because they're working with them all the time. They know what they're looking for. And so, yeah, it's really, unfortunately, not about you necessarily, but you can take some control back by making your own work, by
building your own connections.
Yeah, and maybe if it's a role that you're like, no, this is me.
Yeah.
Maybe you need some work to show that. Maybe you need to do a really great self-tape.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, show them that is actually something that you can handle. I think it's so important to remember that it's not about you. And I feel like that's kind of what we're saying with every single question is like, none of this is about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of this is about
are you communicating with your reps regularly? Are you letting them know what you want to be seen for? Like, reach out to them, give them a call and just say, like, I don't think because you're asking, like, if you're going to damage the relationship. I don't think so.
With the rep?
With the rep. Yeah. Because they're disappointed. How do I handle the rejection and disappointment from inside my own team without damaging them?
Oh, yeah. I think that, yeah, I agree with you. I think tape for something similar and show your rep.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey, I just wanted to clarify. I just put this tape down. Have a look at it. Let me know if this actually would have made sense for that project. Because if so, I want to work on getting some more materials for you to be able to pitch me for these kinds of things. Be collaborative instead of blaming. I think that's really most actors, early career actors will like instinctively go to blame immediately. Like, my rep isn't doing enough for me. And it's like, okay, that may be the case, but how are you going to be constructive about that? Let's be constructive about that versus play the blame game, because it's, you know, we have to not only allow them to pitch us, but we have to be pitching us. We have to be sharing our best work. We have to be sharing our voice.
Go to them with ideas.
It's not about you. But just don't make it a thing of like me versus them and that they're doing something wrong. They're doing their best.
Yeah. I heard
usually.
I heard someone say like years ago, and it really stuck with me. It's like your agent or manager gets 10% of your earnings. You get 90%, which means
you have to be doing 90% of the work. Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, that just really stuck with me. Like, take control of your work and your career. And,
exactly.
Yeah, communicate.
So good. All right. I directed my third short film, basically making something that I was sure was a fit for Sundance, and it was rejected. I was like, okay, I get that less than 1% of films get in, blah, blah, blah. So good.
I love this person.
I know. But I just found out that another short film had gotten into Sundance that is so similar to mine, the concept and everything, and I can't help but feel like, why not me?
That's tough. Yeah, I think this happens all the time. I think, first of all, as we always do, seeing it from the other side first, just giving you some perspective. Programming a festival, especially a festival like Sundance, is really, really hard, and they see so many submissions, and there could be so many reasons why you didn't get picked. It's
not about you. It's not about you.
That's the title.
Not about you, babes.
It's not about you.
It's not you. It's them.
Right. It's like, how long was your short compared to this other person that you think is similar to you? Maybe theirs was 12 minutes and there was an exactly 12-minute block that they had to fill. Maybe there was an actor in that short film that the festival is really welcoming to and wants at their festival. Maybe one of the executive producers is someone that, you know, has a connection on the inside. There's so many things.
Honestly,
so many things.
So many things.
Yes.
That have nothing to do with you. Maybe they made a better film.
Right.
Like, maybe they did.
Right.
Maybe the execution is at a higher standard. Maybe the cinematography, the editing, the music, like, I know you haven't seen it, so I'm assuming because Sundance is this week. Conceptually, things can be similar, but, and I don't mean to be an asshole about that, but like, you know, sometimes it's just the case where you get to really learn from that. You get to have a look at it and be like, okay, well, how can I actually learn from this? Maybe you made a better film, but they had better connections. Like, happens all the time. So it's just, again, at the end of the day, not about you, but also don't make a film for one festival.
No.
Don't make a film. And that's where I feel like is a little red flaggy. And I say this with so much love because I've done this before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it worked in my favor that time. I made it for Tropfest. I got into Tropfest, great. But I don't think it's a viable way to make films. And I would not give myself that advice if I went back and did it again. The thing is that when you try to make a film for a festival, you inevitably dull your voice. You question, you second guess your instincts, your impulses. You're like, what would they like versus what would I like? What has been done before at that festival versus what is my trailblazing way to do this thing? Like, it already is going to be, what's the word when you are, error. What's the word? Cannot compute. Where it's derivative, right? It already becomes derivative when you're trying to do something for that festival because you're basing it on what's been done before.
Yeah.
And that in itself is not going to create something that's original, that's bold, that's you.
Right.
Like, that's a great way to put yourself at the bottom of the pile. So that's what I would say to you is like, make another continue to circulate this one. Like, go to festivals, you're going to get into other things. Like, go and do it and campaign for it. But the next time you do something, think about what would I like and then find the festivals that fit with that. Right.
Make the film, then figure out what festivals.
Write it and understand the vision of it and then have the game plan before you shoot and build those connections, like, of course.
Yeah.
But don't just say, I need to get into this one festival, it's that or nothing.
Because like, then the success of the film hinders on whether you get into that festival or not. And there's so, like we said, there's so many other things that go into that decision-making process. You're setting yourself up for failure, really.
We literally were just talking to one of our EPs about a feature that didn't get into Sundance but got into another really small, really niche festival and got sold and picked up and bought. Do you know, in relation to how many films get bought at the big 6 festivals now, it's like much lower than it used to be. Find your niche audience, go and circulate the project. Don't hinge everything on Sundance. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. It doesn't fucking matter. Stay in your lane. Just keep going. Like, make something for you or for your audience, not for a festival.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Case closed.
Done.
Boom. Okay.
Nailed it. I feel like I bombed a meeting with a potential investor. She was really into the conversation and I felt like it flowed, but when I asked her if I could send over my material, she politely said she doesn't think she's the person I'm looking for this particular project. But there could be possibilities with future projects. How do I follow up with that investor in the future without carrying that rejection with me?
You just forget about it. Literally. Pretend that the rejection was a yes and show up to the relationship with that energy.
Yeah.
It's all about your energy. Yeah. If we carried in every rejection to every conversation, we'd be like cowering.
Yeah, truly. You have to remember that these people are human beings and it's so nice of her that she was honest with you.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, oh yeah, I'll take a look at the materials, never looks at them. You're following up 5-6 times trying to chase her down. Like, she gave you a really, like, this is great closure. 100%. Not closure, but great continuance of the relationship.
Absolutely. They're inviting you to continue reaching out.
Yeah.
So don't make it weird. That's my favorite advice. Just don't make it weird.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird that they said no. Let people say no to you and continue to have a really fruitful relationship with that in mind. Like, reach out with other projects. Keep them in the loop.
Yeah, keep her updated.
Keep them updated.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Honestly, I think this is like one of the best situations to be in. Like, honestly, she's inviting you to be a part of her world, essentially.
Agree.
Yeah. So
yeah,
you're gonna be great.
You got this. Keep going. Don't be weird. Don't make it weird. That's my favorite advice. Okay. Oh, last question. I'm an actor-director and recently self-taped for a role that I was literally perfect for with a casting director I had recently done a workshop with, but I didn't get a call back. In the workshop, they gave us their direct email address. I got the audition through my rep and I asked my manager if they could get me any feedback from the tape. They said they don't do that. So I decided to email casting directly and ask for feedback. They didn't respond. Should I send a follow-up?
No. No.
Okay, first of all, I love your tenacity and I don't like... So many people would be too afraid to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I love your energy. Like, fucking go off. If your manager's like, no. Because obviously they are afraid of but you going over their head isn't going to be favorable to them.
Yeah.
Don't follow up on the tape.
No.
In this scenario, you did everything right until the point you asked for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Email them about something else.
Right.
Say, this is what I would have done. I would have been like, just wanted to reach out and say, thanks so much for that opportunity. It was great to tape for you.
Exactly.
Best of luck with the project. Here's support in any way. And I wanted to let you know, I just recently did this tape. Wanted to share it with you. Be well.
Yes.
Or happy birthday.
Right.
Like, find another reason to reach out.
Right.
Don't make it about the tape because fuck no.
No.
They do not have feedback for you.
No.
They have just watched hundreds of tapes. You were not right.
Right. They're happy that they got it cast. They're moving on to
no
the
one
next
has
stage.
feedback
No,
for you.
no.
And I'm sorry, I say that with love. And we've all been here where you're like, I just want to know because I'm perfect for this thing. And it's like, you don't know what that conversation is behind closed doors. You don't know if they're like, we love her, but she's too young. We love her, but she's too old. We love her, but she's brunette and we need a redhead. We love her, but we need 4 more inches of height.
Right,
like, there's
exactly.
literally, it has absolutely nothing to do with who you are.
We love her, but she doesn't fit the shoes that we already bought, and we're not going to spend more money.
Yes. Like, or the director decided to cast their best friend.
It can truly be anything, and this feedback that you're searching for is not going to help you.
It doesn't exist. They don't know. They don't know what it is for you, especially a week later or so.
And so, like, casting directors are true professionals. They're so good at what they do. A lot of them just know it from, like, the first word out of your mouth.
Yep.
And what are they going to say? Like, no, we saw you.
We saw you and it was a no.
It was a no.
It was, you already got the feedback by not getting the call back.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can't continue to build a relationship. Sure. She gave you their direct email.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So you can light touch, but keep, follow up.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that she gave you her email address, following up, updating. I think updating casting directors on your current status or even working on it is great. They love to see that because they want, they have a Rolodex of people and they want to keep tabs on the people that they've seen.
Exactly. So don't send a follow-up on that.
Yeah, just leave it.
Send something else later. Yeah. Later.
Update in a couple months.
Yeah, a couple
on
months.
what you're doing.
That's it. That's all the questions.
Great questions.
I know.
Today.
Really love today. Love talking about rejection.
Love it. I think if I don't keep talking about it, I will truly spiral. So
really? No.
I think like acknowledging
that it's like a fact of
life.
It's
a fact of life.
Okay, I see.
Right. Yeah. No, not on my specific. Like that's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like acknowledging that rejection is a real thing because I think I was actually reading this in a book by Joe Dispenza. He's talking about how
breaking the habit of being yourself.
Yes. So the more you talk about something, the more your brain gets used to it.
Yeah.
And it's not so much of a shock.
Yes.
So I think that's what I mean in like talking about rejection. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a thing that happens
all the time.
Just like somebody walks by my house. Like that's a thing that happens.
We normalize that and we also normalize getting the yeses. And I know we haven't touched on that at all today, but like normalizing rejection in your nervous system is just as important as normalizing a yes in your nervous system.
Absolutely.
And because that in itself, I don't know, this is a different episode I'm realizing as I go into this, but sometimes you can manifest rejection because you're so used to it. It's like, oh, I'm used to that, so I'm going to find my way to that. But making sure that you're like also normalizing the yes, normalizing what, because in so many of these cases, like what would happen if that investor said yes? Like, are you ready for that? Are you prepared? Do you have your paperwork? Do you have your, your agreements and your bank account and blah, blah, blah. Like, normalize getting everything that you want. Set yourself up for success and let the no's bounce off of you. That's my TED Talk on rejection.
Love
that.
What's your ick for this week?
Oh, I didn't even think. Let me think. Well, do you have an ick?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Tell Me Lies came out. Season 3.
Yep. No spoilers.
So far, loving it. The show's great.
Watch the first 3.
Watch the first 3.
Yeah, same.
Love it. I think the 4th one came out today. Maybe
last night.
Gonna watch that today. There's an accompanying. There's a podcast that goes with.
Oh yes, the accompanying podcast.
The accompanying podcast that goes with it. I loved the first episode of like recapping previous season. Like that was really helpful because then I didn't have to go back and watch the other seasons, although I happily would have, but I just don't have time for that. So I really enjoyed the recap. I really enjoyed the recap. But the following episodes, I've loved hearing from the cast.
Yes.
I think they're really great at talking, especially Jackson. He's like so
I love him.
Sweet and kind and is so
I love he's like, I just have to be so nice because everyone thinks I'm an asshole.
I know. But he's like really thoughtful in his answers.
Yeah.
Like you can really tell that he really cares about the show and cares about, you know, the audience.
Yeah.
I cannot stand Stassi doing the interviews. I think she spent like 4 minutes being embarrassed that they figured that
she was on The Amazing Race.
I'm like, it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about
you.
Like this,
let's get back to the show.
Like you were 16 and you were on The Amazing Race. Just like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe
I know.
I'm like, girl. This is giving me the... And
it's not about you is literally our mantra this episode.
And I, liked her on Vanderpump.
I haven't seen it.
I like her in other things. She also... And this is like, it's not about you, Stassi.
It's not about you, Stassi. I thought the podcast episode of that where the boys, just Jackson and
Spencer,
who
plays Wrigley,
was so funny because I was like, they don't have anything to say. They're like, yeah, it was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
We just really get along really
I don't know. There's no drama.
Right.
Like play video games.
We just play video games for hours.
Whose idea was it to put those two together? And oh my God, just so funny. Watching it is hilarious because like Jackson's in that weird screen thing and no one can see him.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of like a funny, weird thing. Also, did they record all of them in one day? She's always in the same outfit.
I think so.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah. Like the thought around it, I think is great.
Yeah.
Execution,
strange.
not my favorite.
Super strange.
So that's my
Okay, I get it.
Stassi, I love you. You looked fabulous. You looked amazing. You're beautiful, but
sort it out,
girl.
My ick is my landlord raising my rent. Not much, but
after they asked you, hey, do you want your rent?
Yeah. They were like, hey, how do you feel about a rent raise? I was like, not great.
I don't want
Thanks for asking. But there was a compromise. So they're so sweet. Like I have nothing bad to say about them.
Okay.
But I would say like my ick and my rec might be the same thing. Live in California. It is incredibly expensive. So maybe that's not a rec. But we do have new rent laws where they as of this year, they can only raise the rent at like up to 3% in a year. Whereas last year and the subsequent years has been up to 8%.
It's crazy.
That's a lot. So it's nice. It's like a minimal raise, but yeah.
It's still icky.
But I am, whoa, she's run out of potatoes words. But I'm very grateful to have sweet a sweet, caring landlord because I know not everyone has that. They're like giving us such a heads up and like asking us if that's okay and really, really sweet. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah. That's
I love this house, so we're not going nowhere.
Great space.
Very happy.
Yeah. Rec. This house.
The 3% cap on rental raising.
Really recommend that.
Really recommend even more of those restrictions. What's yours?
So my rec was going to be similar to my ick and Tell Me Lies.
Tell Me Lies. I know. I love that show.
It's so good. I think that, I don't know, what I really love about the show is, yes, it was based on a book, but they cast it so well and they didn't choose people that were known before.
Yeah.
At least I didn't know them. Maybe they were.
I think they had other credits, but I agree. I don't think that they were a household name.
Like they were able to become their characters in a way that it wasn't like, oh, well, I'm watching insert actress name here.
Yeah.
I'm watching
which is so sad, sidebar for Jackson, because he is so known now as wouldn't he be a great Jack? I keep thinking about him for Jack
too. Yeah.
He would be amazing for James on Rage.
But I just love that they cast generally like unknown people in the show, and they've really became like, it's a really grounded cast, I think, because they all kind of like are in it together. And I think there's like some guest stars and some co-stars who are bigger names, like the teacher guy, he was from something.
Was
he? Yeah, he was in.
He's so British.
So British. In I can't even think of the show, but I know he was like, people knew who he was. Yeah. So yeah, and I just love when TV shows do that instead of just casting,
same old.
Same old.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just had a rec and now it's gone. Oh, my rec is Yoga Nidra. Have you ever done it? It's like a nap. It's basically a guided nap. Oh. So it's kind of a meditation.
Okay.
And there's this gorgeous, her name is Ali. She's so calm. I'm Ali. Welcome to Yoga Nidra. And it's on YouTube. Ali. Okay. I love you. She has all these free videos on YouTube. And I did one yesterday when I was so tired and I was pounding things, like just so much work I was getting done. And I was like, I'm so tired. And so I lay down and I did a 20-minute Yoga Nidra, and it just energizes you. It's such a beautiful active rest.
Cool. Spell Nidra?
Yoga, Nidra. Okay. Nidra. Okay. And it's stunning. Filmmaker breakthrough applications are open. They're open. And they're coming in, and I'm so excited about the filmmakers that I'm going to be supporting this year. But we have spots available still, so get in there quick. I'm really thrilled to have this program back.
It's going to be so great. I mean, we've talked about it before, but just the people that you meet in this program and you end up working with, it's so cool. It's such a vulnerable space. But it feels very safe.
Yeah.
And it's really
nice. It's like a skyrocket. I mean, talking about people's like pitches and scripts and stuff, knowing how to position yourself and talk about yourself and create work that really speaks to your voice and authenticity is so important because it's how you actually put yourself on the map. It's how people, say, oh, it's an Emerald Fennell film. Like Emerald Fennell is singular because of her voice.
Yes.
So you have to find that version of you, that way that you work. And this is the incubator to do that.
Yeah, it's the perfect space. So excited. So excited for you.
Yay. Love you.
Love you.
See you soon.
See you so soon.
Like in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right now.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us so much. We're going to put the questions in the question advice submission box thing in the show notes. So let us know what's happening in your life and we will give you some hopefully helpful advice.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.